Hi, I'm Heather Moore, and this is the Cable News Roundup for July 1st. I'll start with Fox News and the O'Reilly Factor. He has a segment called Are Religious Americans in Danger? I thought that he would be talking about black churches in the South being burned to the ground, but instead he's talking about the Supreme Court's ruling on gay marriage. He suggests that the four more liberal justices would be in favor of forcing clergy and churches to change their doctrine to incorporate gay marriage. He offers absolutely no evidence that this could happen, and it's obviously untrue because it's completely unconstitutional, but he wants to make it seem like if a Democrat is in the White House, he could appoint another liberal Supreme Court justice, and so that's something you should be afraid of. Louisiana Governor Bobby Jindal signed legislation that says no one in Louisiana who are religiously against gay marriage have to participate in it in any way, including issuing gay marriage licenses. So now he's being sued by the ACLU. He has a segment about health insurance premiums going up. A congressman said there is a school shooting every week in the United States, but their segment says that those numbers are skewed because it's just that a gun goes off on campus or on school grounds every week, but it might be somebody committing suicide or literally shooting themselves in the foot. They say that there were 10 school shootings in the last year, but there's nothing we can do about it. It's pie in the sky business. The only suggestion was that schools should not be gun-free zones. The Kelly File, she talks about 4th of July terror warnings. We should all be shitting our pants over ISIS this weekend. If a terror attack is meant to incite fear in the public, Kelly is certainly helping that along. The Baltimore PD commissioner gave orders to stand down when cops were confronting rioters in the wake of the death of Freddie Gray. Kelly thinks that this was a bad idea. In Oklahoma, a group of Satanists tried to put up a satanic temple on Oklahoma state ground. The Satanists said it was to counteract the Ten Commandments to show the state's diversity and religion. Basically, the segment was the crazies won in Oklahoma, and this Ten Commandments statue is gone. Hannity. Oklahoma wants the Supreme Court to re-examine the case of removing the Ten Commandments statue on state grounds. They say the biblical Ten Commandments is not a religious, but a historical symbol. A county clerk quit her job so she doesn't have to take part in issuing gay marriage licenses. In the wake of Macy's dropping Donald Trump as a business partner, Rudy Giuliani says Trump has it wrong on immigration in some ways. Most people are coming to the U.S. to work, but he says Trump is right and that we have to seal the border so that the baddies can't come in with all the good ones. Hannity says the State Department emails released from Hillary Clinton's server should derail Clinton's presidential campaign. Switching over to MSNBC, I'll end with Chris Hayes. He talks about Bernie Sanders' campaign. Then he talks about Donald Trump becoming more popular. And finally, there are some counties where they are not issuing same-sex marriage licenses. A county clerk from Kentucky is a guest to say he cannot do it because it's against his religious beliefs. Hayes predictably mocks the man. The Rachel Maddow Show, she talks about some counties still not issuing same-sex marriage licenses. Chris Christie is being endorsed by Maine Governor LePage, and Donald Trump is polling well, although his business seems to be hurting more and more. The U.S. government is planning to open a new embassy in Cuba, and there is proposed legislation to lift the American embargo on Cuba. The last word with Lawrence O'Donnell. He talks about Donald Trump being a controversial candidate for president, but nonetheless in second place right now after Jeb Bush. And he talks about the draft Biden campaign. One poll shows Joe Biden is in second place for the Democratic nomination, although he is not running. So now you know.